we want to show you some of the important tools that we have around the AP workflow automation. You'll see that even out of the box, people are already using this expense claim to go make things easier when it comes to doing work in the field. And we suspect that many of you will want to get your hands on this new great functionality to automate the processing of AP documents. Now, an AP automation flow consists of a number of parts. We have purchase orders that get processed through Acumatica and sent to vendors. The vendor performs the work. And when the work gets performed, the next thing that happens is they send us a bill. Now, for those of you out there that have thousands of these bills, you might be deploying an army of people to enter these into the system manually, or you might be using other pieces of software to do that for you. What we're going to do in 2020 R2 is we're going to automate this whole process using an AI ML machine learning engine to make this process even easier for you to do and show. So Jessica, I think you get to be the first person to demonstrate this feature for the public, so I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Doug. And great introduction. I think it's important and worth mentioning that what I'm about to show you is a fantastic feature that certainly sets Acumatica apart as a leader in technology, but we always say it's not just technology for the sake of technology. This is a very practical use case that I can really see all of our customers using. So here I am in my Outlook instance. This is my inbox that we're taking a look at. And for those of you that are familiar with Acumatica, you do know that we have an Outlook plugin. So I can select an email in question, and I can grab that Outlook plugin in the top right. What that is doing is it's communicating with my instance of Acumatica. It's going to recognize the email that is on that current message that I'm associating it with, and it's going to give me some options for what I would like to do with that email. As a salesperson, do I want to create a lead or maybe store a contact? But we know in today's example for AP automation, what I'm actually going to do is create an AP bill using the PDF invoices that were sent to me. So you can see that I actually have a number of bills on this particular email, and I have the ability to submit these bills to the artificial intelligence engine for recognition. Notice I can select one or multiple documents, and then we can actually go in and submit to the artificial intelligence engine. Okay, so now that I have submitted the document for recognition, I can view that document directly inside of Acumatica ERP. I'll view the document, which of course we know is the bill. Inside of Acumatica now, we see that the system is actually recognizing that PDF and inserting the fields into the associated AP bill for me. We can see that the date has been captured. We can see that the vendor reference has been captured, but we actually notice that the vendor has not been captured. So I simply have to select the associated field, and Acumatica drops that field directly into the primary field for the vendor. You'll also see down at the bottom that the system has also recognized the line items for this bill. So it's dropped in the 4 line items that are on my PDF, even grabbing information such as the quantities. And if I needed to modify anything, I certainly could do so. Now, what we're doing in this example is saving so much time for the individuals that are actually taking those bills via email and processing them into their ERP system. Using artificial intelligence and Acumatica being a leader in technology, we really saw a need from this. We heard a need for this from our clients, and we wanted to put this into 2020 R2 to help you work smarter and not harder. Finally, you can see that that PDF does get converted into an AP bill, and I can save that so that my AP clerk can go and finish up with any additional work that might be required on this. With that, I'm going to send it back over to Doug so that he can show you some additional functionality taking place over on the AP side.
Thank you, Jessica. Now, one of the features that Jessica showed was the ability to go into Outlook and immediately take a bill that's been emailed to you and process it. Now, I wasn't so lucky. I received a paper bill, and what I had to do is walk over to my scanning device and scan it in and create a PDF document that now sits on my desktop. I can still use Acumatica to do the save time on the data entry. I'm just going to click here to go into my incoming documents screen. I'm going to go grab my invoice and drag it over into, so one of the things that I did was I recognized this from a scanned document, and you can see it picked up my vendor, it picked up my costs. If I shrink this down a little bit, you can see the lines that appear and hover over just as Jessica did. And just like she did before, I can go and save this as a bill. It's automatically entered into my system, saving me lots of time, money, and allowing me to focus on more important things when it comes to running my business.